inshallah. Fresh about the fair system, welcome home Jabbar. I watch him pray 5 times a day, nigga.
Yeah, this is my first time in a Muslim country, so it's been a real eye-opening experience. And coming from the United States and form a worldview, a healthy worldview, especially of like Muslim countries and Muslim nations, with the United States' recent history against and a negative relationship to many Muslim nations in the world. It's been really refreshing and really eye-opening to come here and experience all of the love and the acceptance that I have experienced since I've been here. And I think that one of the main things that really stands out is how progressive and how modern the city is, how inclusive and also how tolerant Kuala Lumpur is. You know, like I've been here and I went to one other small town outside the city, and I know that that doesn't qualify me to be able to speak on everything or to be like a end-all be-all, but I'm just making this video to encourage other people to travel to Muslim nations and to Muslim countries to break these stereotypes that work both ways. You know, stereotypes that many of people from those nations have about people from the United States, that we're all closed-minded and ignorant like the donkey Mr. Donald Trump. You know, and showing that United States, everybody in the United States doesn't support the war in Iraq, and everybody in the United States isn't like George Bush, and especially myself. Like I tell people I'm from Texas, and they're always like, "Oh my gosh, you're from Texas. You don't look like a cowboy. You don't look like John Wayne." You know what I'm saying? So it's good. It's eye-opening. I think it's healthy for both sides. But one of the main things that's really stood out to me is the role of women here, and how women aren't degraded but actually put upon a pedestal. Like, for example, in riding like the metro and the train, here they have like they have like sections of the train that are specifically for women. Now it's not that women have to ride there, but it's a space set aside specifically and solely for women, so that if they don't feel like being bothered by anybody, they don't have to be. Also in seeing that even within the Muslim population, because Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur has a large Hindu population, and they have a large like ethnic Chinese population who aren't predominantly Muslim. But seeing the role of women just in every facet of society, and again, I've only been here a week, so that doesn't. I'm sure that there are gender issues, because that's a universal thing that the human race is trying to get past right now, and with regards to how we respect women and placing them at equal value. Like, I'm a 7th grade math teacher, and I think one of the biggest lessons that the past school year taught me is that girls are smarter than boys. You know, so all these ideas that we have of women somehow needing to be kept in check by men, or, you know, all of that, like, excuse my language, but that's bullshit. Nobody on earth came to this planet except if they had to come through a woman, period. So I don't see how a man is in a position to just totally dominate and delegate women to certain facets of life. But my point was just that even within the Muslim women here, you know, like, they're not all mandated to wear, you know, headdresses, and that they can express themselves in different ways. They all don't have to dress a certain way. Many choose to, but at the same time, many don't, and that doesn't devalue them as a Muslim woman. Another thing that's really stood out to me as well is seeing decency. Like, coming from the United States and in our current time, decency is out of the window, you know, and vulgarity is put upon a pedestal. Like, the more vulgar you can be, the more you're appreciated, the more you're praised, the more you're given esteem within society. And here it's the opposite. Like, you don't see people doing a bunch of ratchet stuff. You don't see people going out of their way to get attention from the next man. You don't see that. You see people being respectful to one another and honoring one another, even if it's not in an outright way, you know. So, and I think that goes back to the fact that this is a Muslim nation. With regards to, you know, many stereotypes about Southeast Asia just being extremely poor, and that all of Southeast Asia is just people living in abject poverty and that things aren't progressive, that's another one. You know what I'm saying? We can go ahead and throw that out of the window and rearrange how we evaluate the world. And like I'm saying, this is my first time in Asia, period, and this is my first time in Southeast Asia and my first time in a Muslim nation. So this is a lot of first in one. But you know, like, I'm excited now to come back to Southeast Asia and really backpack around to shed light basically on everything that I just talked about. So I ain't gonna go back and recap it. But peace. BlackPackas.com. Straight out of Malaysia.
Jadi itu adalah satu titik daripada kelautan yang besar. Sedikit daripada yang banyak. رب العرش العظيم أن ينفعنا بما سمعنا من كلام ربنا وسنة نبينا صلى الله عليه وسلم. أشكر حسن استماعكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم اجعلنا عندك من.
You know where we came from? Look where we at.